Hello everyone and welcome back to UnityCraft Reunited. This is episode 4 I believe. If everything went as planned, you've just seen a time-lapse of me kind of terraforming this area over here, collecting dirt, doing some mining and such. I did some off-camera work. Well, not really off-camera because I recorded it, but you know, between episode work. It's been a little while since I've been on the server because I was busy with the building lessons video that just came out. But now we're back and we're coming back hard since I made a, well, let me stand like over here and place a picture over here. This is a really rough design of my plans for this area, at least for like the first couple of episodes. And I've drawn like where the paths kind of need to go. I've done it in paint because I don't want to have the blocks like set in stone in Minecraft. And one of the things on this map is a mill over here, which is actually on that little hill. Maybe I can like place an arrow in editing, it's kind of tough to see. That's where we are going to place the mill. Actually, let me just, right over here, there's a barrel as well with some materials. This is where we'll place a mill. And inside of that mill will be an automatic wheat farm. I've got this big field over here, which I kind of just mainly like for decoration, but I have harvested it a couple of times, but that's kind of a hassle. So what I want to do right now, let me quickly show it before bedtime, is with these materials make an automatic wheat farm. By the way, I've also made some pouches. Where's my bed? What? I've lost my bed somewhere. We'll find it in a little bit. Maybe I placed it in this house over here because I did go AFK for a short while. Yeah, it's right over here. So I found a video for the Minecraft Create Mods automatic crop farm by Tira Lore. If I remember, I'll place a link in the description below. But that is the design we're going for right over here because I am not smart enough for all that automatic stuff. At least I'm not smart enough for all of that automatic stuff right now because I don't really have experience with the Create mod at all. So this will be my first venture into it. Actually, that is not true. Let me show you something. Down in this little house where we just slept, I have created this thing. I forgot what it's called. Let me look it up real quick. So we needed the mechanical harvesters for the wheat farm, and those need iron plates or iron sheets. And you needed a pressing machine for that. Which needs power, and that's where this water wheel comes in. We'll actually use another water wheel for the wheat farm itself, but this one goes into, I think this is a vertical gearbox, into the pressing machine, and when I place iron ingots over here, it go bonk, and then I have the sheets. Yeah, that's like all I did. So that's as far as my experience with Create goes for now. But to be quite honest, this farm isn't actually as difficult to build as I initially thought. So I'm thinking we first build the farm over here, and then we'll surround the farm, cover up a little bit of the ugliness with a windmill. But without further ado, let's actually... Hello there, Mr. Dragonfly. Let's actually build this farm. And the first thing we need to do is make a water wheel. I'm actually going to place that in the floor a little bit. Let's go right over here. I believe we can place our water wheel like so. Then we need to kind of cover this up a little bit. And then place a water source over here to make this spin. Then we need the mechanical bearing and place that on top over here. And then we need some blocks to make the farm itself. So we get the wooden crate because I kind of want to make it look a little nice. And then 4 of the stripped spruce. On this side we can place the mechanical harvesters. And then I think all that's left to do is have a chest on top of here. And then the portable storage interface over here. That should be pretty much all of the automatic stuff. I just need to glue it. Let's click over here and then over there, and that should be fine. I believe. I don't think the harvesters need to be glued. Believe I can test it by clicking this. Oh my god. Yeah, there it goes. Let's actually turn it off because now we need to place in the wheat. Actually, let's get it like that. So now with our dirt, we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And then per video, I believe it was something like this, and then 1 in the diagonal, like so. And then obviously fill in all the blocks in the middle parts as well. And then we need some watering spots, so I'll place 1 over here and 1 over here. Now we need to till the land. Then we got our wheat seeds. Did mention that this one probably won't be harvested, but that is fine. As long as I can just stand around, do other stuff, and automatically get some wheat, that is all I need. Then to get these ones down below here, I believe I have to activate the machine first. Let's quickly try to do this. There we go. And I think I kind of don't have to turn this off anymore. I think the windmill itself I would like to have at this side. So let's actually do the collection part over here. I believe we'll just have to place our chest over here. This is the collection chest with a chute going in there. And then with the portable storage interface, like so. No, that's the other way around. Maybe like so. And this should work, I think. Yeah, they give each other a little smooch. Then I believe the materials from that chest go in here. And we'll just kind of have to wait and see if this works. But I believe that's all there is to the farm, to be honest. I've got myself a little bit of bone meal to check if it actually works. I do believe so. But I just want to make sure. Let's bone meal this one over here. It should collect. And replant. And then we even get straw. That's nice. But it definitely works. That is really, really good to see. Okay, that was really quick and easy, but this means that we actually created our first automatic farm. That is one of hopefully many in the future. So now all that's left to do for this farm over here is pretty much make it look prettier, and that means creating the mill around it. So this time for yet another building montage or time lapse. I'm not sure yet, I haven't decided which one it's going to be, but this one won't be that long probably. I keep forgetting that the zoom mod that I've installed doesn't allow me to zoom in the F5 mode, so maybe I'll edit like a dramatic zoom. Okay, have fun, enjoy, see you in a little bit. Alright, so the windmill is done. I think it looks pretty nice, but now that I've placed everything in, I've realized that there's no way that this will ever spin, because I don't have any sail blocks. In order to make these kinds of things spin and actually generate some power as well, you need sail blocks, and I've just created a few. And I'm thinking, let's replace the trapdoors on the sides with these sail blocks, and hopefully eventually we can make the thing spin. But before that, this is what I did. In the time lapse you might have seen that I created this instead of creating a closed off area. This might be like some sort of pagoda or something, but I thought for easy access to the supplies that we're getting over here, which this thing has been churning, it might be easier to just walk up, get the supplies I need, and then walk away instead of having to go inside of a house. And this makes it look a little bit different than what I would usually do. Let me go into the free cam real quick to kind of have a little close-up from above and such. There's a barrel over here with some stuff like materials that I used, but I basically just used some diorite, birch logs, then calcite, white concrete powder, and then right over here we have some wool, which actually kind of should have been the block to use for the windmill itself. But I thought this, I believe, is like limestone or something. Yeah, the limestone over here. I just thought that the like stripes in here kind of look like some sort of canvas, so I thought that might look cool for the windmill sails itself. But no, they don't spin, so we might have to change it up a little bit. We also need a windmill bearing, I believe, which is a shaft, stone, and wooden slabs. That is really easy to make. Let me actually just do that real quick. And let's see. I'm not sure how we are going to do this, but I'll try something out. Let's first of all remove the trapdoors and replace those with the windmill sails. Ooh, that's not how I want them. Hang on, actually, how do you place these? Let me create a little platform over here. Oh, so they're kind of floaty. let's see if we have a block. Can I place them like so? They'll go in the middle of the block. That is kind of annoying. But I think I can make it work. Maybe if I thicken it out a little bit. Let's see how that looks. What did I do differently? Why? That's the one I want. So I was thinking maybe something like this and then remove the edges. That still looks fine, I think. Let's just try to go with that and see if it works. Oh my god. I want you guys to know that the heartbeat sound, I did not edit it. This is just in the mod pack. I also now hope that you actually did hear the heartbeat sound though, because otherwise that might look a little weird. Think it like so. Does this work? No. Okay. I believe that means we just need to glue it. So we need to go from here all the way to down here. And then we also need to go from here to here. And then maybe as well from here to just there is fine, I believe. Okay, now that's all glued. Let's hope for the best. Yes! Oh my god, I'm so happy. Of course the dirt needs to go, but that's really cool. I kind of wanted to spin the other way, to be honest. I'm not sure. We can hold to edit. Counterclockwise. There we go. I need to sleep actually. Okay, so now that looks kind of cursed. Gonna be honest. Need to remove this anyways. But it spins! Even the button spins. That's really cool, actually. I am actually really happy with that. That looks super cool, in my opinion. I would have kind of liked the design to stay with the spruce trapdoors, but to be quite honest, this might even look a little bit better. And I'm just genuinely really happy with it. Okay, so we could even place something up there, because this will generate some power. So if you want, we could hide a contraption in this like area over here, because it's now empty. But that is something to be decided later. For now, I am just really happy with this windmill. I kind of want to make another one, but I won't make another one right now because we have more to do. This windmill is only the beginning of the episode. So I did create the path going to here. I kind of made it small over here on purpose because I do want another field over here somewhere, and maybe one in the backside as well. Although this one is less important for now because I kind of want to fill up that way, since the farming village is going to be more in this area. If we look on the map, this part over here, this was like a huge ravine that I covered up with the dirt over here. I might have actually told you guys that already in the beginning of the video. Can't really remember, I recorded that yesterday, but not sure. Anyways, I covered all of this up. There's still, obviously, as you can see, some terracotta bits over here and here. But this main area where we'll probably place most of our blocks for right now, that is mostly good to go. I kind of want to gather up some more moss in order to make the rolling hills a little more pleasing to look at. Now we have all of these dirt lines over here, making this mostly brown when looking at it. But I do want it to feel more green, which is why I replaced the sides over here with some moss to make... I know there are resource packs that do this as well, but to kind of make it look like the grass flows down nicely. And I kind of want to do that all the way up to there, and then probably turn this area over here into a berry bush farm and make it kind of look like a winery. And that will probably be the place where we'll do our brewing, as well as just a cool building, I presume. I haven't planned anything out, really. I am saying all these things, but besides this, like, plan that I whipped up in 5 minutes, I haven't really planned too much things. And with that, I mean planning the individual houses out, because I have my plans for the series, and that's making a farming village one farm for every crop. And I'm thinking we have wheat now. I'm not sure if I've included it somewhere over here. I don't really think so. But in terms of automation, I also kind of want to take a look at the farm animals. So we now have sheep and cow over here. I do also want to transfer over the other animals, the chickens and pigs that we have over here, to some house in the future. By the way, tiny rice farm. Completely besides the point. Now once all of those are moved in, we can also try and see if we can automate some animal farms. This is gonna sound absolutely horrible, but I kind of want to have a slaughtery for every single animal. Yeah, and also automate it. So I want to have an automatic beef and leather farm, I want to have an automatic wool and mutton farm, and so on. I already do have eggs. I did already do it somewhat with eggs to a very, very small degree over here. I just locked up 2 chickens. They have been producing a couple of eggs for me up until now. And they are just chilling out here besides the lava. Really cozy. But that's enough yapping for right now. Let me put away some of the junk that is cluttering my inventory. Then go to bed and start working on another wheat field. I'm not sure if the windmill was a montage or a time-lapse, I haven't edited that part yet, but this wheat field will probably be the other way around, so enjoy! Alright, so now we have a new wheat field to connect our mill up with the land a little bit more and to expand on our farming village, or maybe soon to be farming village. I've spent a little while AFK over here to grow everything up, and everything has grown up nicely except for this wheat right above my head, which doesn't bother me at all. It really doesn't. No. Bro, stupid. I've also placed in a few decorations, and I mean like a really small amount. We have got this little like hand guard, I believe you would call it that, over here with a barrel of wheat, just as we have right over there. It's the exact same design actually. I've placed a few hay bales here and there to kind of simulate the same vibe we have going over here. I believe that's pretty much it. I've also placed in a small rock over here next to the path to kind of change up the area a little bit. Bring in a little more grey over here. And I had a few candles laying around in the chest, so I was like, why not place those on top over here? I have now from here tried to connect up the path over to that way, where the village is going to be mostly at. And I've also made some progress over at the rolling hills over here. I've covered up the place with some moss a little bit more, so you can kind of maybe see the vision I'm going for. This to me just looks a little like smoother than... Again? I've killed those guys like 5 times maybe between recording. I'll just let them do their thing. In my opinion, this makes it look a little more smooth than something like this. So that is something I kind of want to do. It's like all around the village. And then as I said, this will probably be like a vineyard or maybe some tomatoes. I could do both actually. But when placing in this path over here, I noticed that I've kept this area just a little bit deeper than the rest of the area over here. Because I kind of, while terraforming, wants to go with the natural curves that were already here, but smoothen them out a little bit. So I kind of wanted to keep this bit of like world generation over here. But it's made me think of something. Okay, so I'm thinking of transforming this little section over here into a pond. Maybe making it a little bit bigger and then creating a little bridge over here. With a stream probably coming from around there all the way down to connect up over here. And then in that stream, yes, I've spent a little bit of time thinking about this. Maybe we could have a house with a water wheel and then have something automated over here as well. So yeah, that's just what I'm thinking right now. I'll probably do something like that, but I'm not sure if I'll do it today, like in real life today. It might be in this episode, it might not. I don't know at this point yet. It's time to sleep. Also, I want to point something out. I've made some sweet berry cheesecake because I thought that would be something fun to do with Pharmacy Light. It's a horrible food source. As you can see, I've now lost 2.5 food bars when I eat one. It only recovers 1.5 and it does give me speed, which is fun, but it's just a horrible food source. I think I made like a stack of these slices, probably half an hour ago. and I've already run through like half of it, so this will probably be the last time you'll see sweet berry cheesecake, because they are also a pain to make. I'm just gonna explain what to do because I'm just on a little rant right now. You have to get 3 buckets, fill 1 bucket with milk, then get 3 wheat to make the pie crust. Then you get 2 more buckets of milk with the pie crust, and then add 6 berries in a crafting table to get the pie itself, the whole pie, not the slice, the pie. Now, just imagine how annoying that is to create a few of them, because every time you have to refill the buckets with milk, it just takes a long time. Then with the entire pie, I thought you could just eat it like that. No, it works like cake. You have to place it down and then you can eat 4 slices. So instead, I had to get my knife and my cutting board over here, put the cakes on there, slice them up, and then I had a stack of them. It's truly rubbish. I just needed to calm down for a second, so I came over here to be happy again, because I am really proud of what we've done so far. And guess what? We're not even done for today. Alright, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really remember where I stopped talking before doing this little lake montage. I think I was mentioning that I wanted to do this, and then I kind of just decided, you know what, I want to do this, and that's where the montage started. Anyways, we have a little, like, pond over here now. I also made this little bridge to go over the pond. I don't think that was included in the montage because sadly I forgot to press record. I also went out to the river on that side to catch a few koi fish to put in the pond over here. I also had a duck somewhere, but I think the duck must have left. Inside of the pond over here, I just, with a water bottle, turned all of the dirt into mud. Then I got some bone meal to get some of the seagrass over here. And I also found some of the small drip leaf that you can see over here. And then the rice we had over at this way for a temporary farm. I kind of just placed over here because I think that it looks kind of like straw and it helps to bring it all together. These are still on the rich soil blocks because I don't know if they work otherwise, but we definitely do need to make some more of the rich soil to be able to have a little bit more, but as of right now, I think we are good with the amount. But I do kind of want to have like a little bit of the rice over at this side as well, because right now it just kind of ends over here. Which is on purpose, by the way, because I don't know if I want to expand this as like some sort of small river to go that way. And maybe change up the landscape a little bit, but I don't know yet. The only thing I'm not really sure about is I do really like the bridge, but to be quite honest, in reality, would there really be a bridge over here if I could just expand the path like this? I don't think so. But it's a cool bridge either way. You might have spotted this little section over here in the back. I also started work on a little house over here with a water wheel, which is over at this side. But luckily I realized that I forgot to press the record button, so we'll just build this one on camera, I think. All I did was broaden out the waterfall over here a little bit to be able to place the water wheel over here, so that it spins and then it comes down over there, which I can like place a little block over there to be able to get power from it, but I'm not sure what to do with it for now. This bit over here can be closed off for right now because we'll place a small house up here. I think this one is going to be really quite small because I just want something over here to later on be able to use the water wheel to power something like down here. But for that I kind of want to have a house over here as well to just have a house for something useful, I suppose. This is also going to be like a little sneaky entrance on the sides to be able to probably, what I would imagine, enter the mechanical part of the water wheel down here, which is probably where we automate like a contraption of some sorts in the next episode. But for now, I do want to have a small house up here, not really decorated inside or anything, but just something to place down over here, because I, after all, do want to expand on the farming village, and why not place a house on this side of the pond for that. So let me just collect a few materials and then we'll build it on camera. Alright, so I think I have most of the things I need for this building over here. It's going to be really small, it's going to be quite dark as well, because I kind of wanted to hide it away over here. I'm going to make use of predominantly some dark oak with the crates over here. like so. Then let's do some actual dark oak logs over here, up until there. And then let's use some signs on the sides over here. I crafted a bit too many, but that's fine. I needed way more dark oak, so I just went back to gather all of my dark oak that I had in my disposal. I kind of want to do something similar to the cabin over there, but I want the logs to go up this time. So I got some dark oak, spruce, and also the oak logs. Then with the oak logs, I'll just keep them the way they are. Let's go up by 3 or something like that. I think that is definitely high enough. And with the dark oak, wherever I place these, I'm just going to strip them. And I'll keep the unstripped ones on the sides. So then for the spruce ones, let's see what kind of color that is. Bit too dark. I'll probably strip these as well. Something like that. Let's go from the inside so that I don't accidentally strip the ones on the corners. And I do need to be careful for these as well. Oh god, I just said that I'll keep these the way they are. Let's replace the oak over here. There we go. Let's take a step back using the free cam. I think that will be good. Then I think I'm going to give this one a low-pitched A-frame using these slabs, which means that this will be a half slab, this will be a full block. Only over here we need something. This is where the door will be. Let's just place the dark oak. Actually, let's place a oak on top over here. And then I think I'll do the border with some dark oak wood as well. And then the inside is going to be spruce mostly. For a basic shape, let's just go like so. And we can't just place a full block over here, I'll just go with slabs. And then just connecting up the roof like so. Let's actually quickly put a little torch in the house over here. And let's fly back with the cheaty cam again, the free cam. I think that looks pretty nice. Since the dark oak is so dark, it doesn't really look like a flat connection over here, which is also partly why I use the fences. Especially from far away, it looks like it pops out or either goes in a little bit, which is what I wanted. Let's give this like a spruce door, like so. And let's just also place a normal spruce door down here, like so. We just need a few small decorations, like a little window over here, and maybe also a window over here. Just on the sides, and let's also do one on the back over here. I have exactly 3 dark oak stairs left, so let's place those over there. Then I don't know if I can reach that. I think I just can, yeah, there we go. And lastly over here. We just need some windows over there with then maybe some stuff besides it. Actually, this is not what I want to do. I just want to have spruce planks behind it. And what I'll do then is have the beech oak on the sides over here. Just a little shutter. And then I'll get some campfires and then unlit them and place those above the windows. Let's see if we can do this just before the sun sets. First over at this side of the water. Kind of want to place them from the side so that the top part is connected. There's one. Let's just place this one like so. I think I need to do it from the side at least. There we go. And the last campfire over here, unlit. We'll once again take a few steps, but first we'll sleep. Maybe we can see it from the bed. I think that looks quite nice. I just, because I'm dumb, forgot the window panes. And that should do it. Let's have one little look over here with the free cam. I think that is quite a cute little house over here. Will serve its purpose probably as some sort of a storage area for whatever we'll automate down below. And that is all I wanted. Now let's quickly make sure that this path connects up over there. I think just a little something like that should do it. Looks nice. Then the other side of the path will probably just continue this way, which will look something like this. And there we go. With this broad shot, you can pretty much see nearly everything we've done in this episode. It was quite a lot of work, but I had a lot of fun and I'm really happy with both things that I've created in this video. With that, it is time for me to say goodbye. Please subscribe for more content on the UnityCraft server or just other content in general, and like the video if you liked it as well. Please also leave some suggestions in the comment sections below if you have some ideas for what to add to the farming village. No idea is weird enough for me, so I'll be sure to read them all, and I thank you in advance. I hope you had a good time watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a good day, and until then, bye bye!